Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We ready? Is everybody on?
Trying to do roll, maybe just to. Not sure who the iPhone is.
Ready?
Yes.
This time I'd like to call the Nash County Public School Board of Education special call meeting to order. At this time, I will call the roll. Mr. Chavis,
Here.
Mr. Edwards,
Here.
Mr. Bizzett,
Present.
Mr. Sharp, Mr. Dunton, Mr. Jenkins,
Here.
Mr. Silver, Ms. Washington,
Here.
Mrs. E. Bullock,
Here.
Mrs. S. Bullock.
Here.
I will entertain a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by
Bill Sharp.
Mr. Sharp, second by Ms. E. Bullock.
Chavis.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Wasn't me, Mr. Chair.
The one, Mr. Chair, Chavis was the second.
Oh, okay, excuse me.
That's all right.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed likewise. Motion carried. At this time, I will turn the meeting over to Dr. Ellis.
So I want to appreciate everyone for short notice coming tonight. But I felt like we needed to meet to make some decisions based on some of the metrics and guidance we've been receiving from the state and some other local agencies. So what I wanted to do is go through a slide presentation to kind of show you where we're coming from. And then I'm gonna make a recommendation to the team that's decided that, oh yeah, that's fine. What am I pointing at here? Oh, pointing at Tremaine. All right, so just want to first say that I think it was last board meeting, we talked about some of the metrics we've been using. Talked about positivity rates. We talked about so what does it really take to operate a school based on quarantines. We've had new governor's orders, which is what you're looking at now, October. We have some CDC prediction models based on the December date during the holidays, and guidance from the scientific board that we are members of in Nash County with other agencies.
can't hear you, Ellis. Can you mute everyone?
So the first slide is just basically the governor's new significant, substantial, critical spread based on colors. You can kind of go from 11-17, 11-23, 12-8. I'm gonna go to the next slide now. Now you're gonna see the total cases for Nash County. As of today, it's 169. That's my last one that I received instead of 149. We are now at a basically almost a 13% positivity rate in Nash County, which almost puts us into critical red under Governor Cooper's new order. I think you have to be 15% possibly to be in that critical red. I think it's based on population as well. But anyway, this is also one of the metrics we've been studying. The next one is that should be Edgecombe County. It says right there, the 45 cases. I think that is current. That's about a 47 now is what I received. Their positivity rate is now about 11%. You can kind of see some of the, based on testing and some of the positives that they're receiving. The next one is going to be the COVID cases per 100,000 by age group. And all it really tells me is that where the stars are, you'll see the earliest data where you'll see all the metrics of certain ages are starting to kind of increases. But also what I want you to look at is during that November, that Thanksgiving break, where you can kind of see it lulled, then it went back up in December, which basically means, in my opinion, that when everybody got together, things started happening when it came back to school. And that involved all ages from 0 to 17 to all the way up to the 65. The next one is the new lab confirmed cases among children. You can tell from 18 to 24, 12-5. The latest, how you can see each level seems to be increasing. And remember, our transition plan B involves those kids that are probably 10 to 14, 15 to 17, 18 to 24. I also want to give a quick update, and this is not on the slide, but when I look back at numbers right now, when it comes to staff isolated at home, in November, our average, or not really average, but it was about a 48. Now we've gone as high as 85, 79, and currently right now 68, and increasing rapidly because I received 4 or 5 today. We also have another principal that who has COVID. When it comes to students, we've had back in around November when we had 47. We're now up to about 90, 85, and 85 in the last 3 weeks. So you can tell those numbers are rising. Our average right now quarantined or at home with COVID is now 166. It went as high as 189. So what I was thinking is the recommendation is to, in response to the current COVID-19 metrics and a lot of projected spikes, what we're talking about is remaining in Plan C until January 25th. What this looks like is teachers will return from the holidays, January 4th and 5th as regular work days. Students will begin remote learning January 6th through the 22nd, which means everyone will be in Plan C. Teachers will still be in the building to deliver this remote instruction because I feel like that will be important for us to keep teachers in the building. I look back at the data when students were not in the building, our average of teachers being quarantined or COVID was about 32. So it seems like when the teachers are in the building and students are not, we do a good job of maintaining that social distancing, the mask, and the washing of hands. We seem to do fine with that when teachers are in the building. That really only delays 8 days of school because Martin Luther King is on the 18th. That's a holiday. And January 8th, I believe, is a cleaning day, remote day anyway. So, or the 15th. So that means basically students will continue to remote learn from January 6th through the 22nd. And then we go back January 25th. Everyone will be in Plan B. And that is the slide you're seeing now. But that is our recommendation to the board. We will have another board meeting on the 7th to determine where our metrics are. But I believe if we can be out of those buildings for about, I think it would be 4 to 5 weeks, I think we maybe can avoid some of this increase based on the holidays. And then we move forward with Plan B, January 25th. Any questions?
Question.
Yes.
You said we had a meeting on the 7th?
I think we have a board meeting on January 7th, and then if metrics start to, I don't know, decrease, increase, wherever they are, we're going to show you the metrics again to see if you want to maintain the course of the January 25th Plan B, or if you want to pull back. But we'll have metrics based on, probably that'll be 3 weeks of data we'll have that we'll be able to share with you.
This is Evelyn Bullock. I would prefer that we remain in Plan C longer than January 25th. And I would prefer that for these reasons. Number one, as you stated, the metrics now are not stable. They are going up. Not only that, but we hear now that there is a new strain that's in the UK. While they are not sure that it's here in the States, they're not sure that it isn't either. So I would rather we wait to go back to Plan B after we see what this new strain is doing, and after the numbers come down appreciably. It's asking a lot to ask our parents to send our children out and our staff to come out under these conditions. So my vote would be that we not set a date right now to go back to Plan B, but that we vote to go back into Plan C.
Question.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think we're voting right now, are we?
What's that?
Pardon me?
I don't think we're voting right now, are we?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good.
I think we're just having comments, I think, right now, Rick. But I hear Mrs. Bullock's recommendation, suggestion. I think 30 days is enough time for us to evaluate. And then I'm sure our superintendent will do a reassessment before the 25th to make a determination what, if there's some changes, to make their recommendation to the board. But right now, I think he's just putting that date out there because that's what we've talked about. And so that's a whole month out. So we can do an evaluation between what happens in Christmas and 3-4 weeks later. The superintendent and staff can do a reassessment and we can have this discussion again. So I like the concept as far as not bringing it back for the 25th. I like that be plan, but it's just the plan. It's not carved in stone. He's subject, just like with this one, to go in and make adjustments as he sees fit to come back and communicate that to the board. So I don't have any issues or big quarrel with what he's saying because it's not carved in stone. Is that not correct, Dr. Ellis?
That's right. I think when we started the discussion, that's why I want you to know that that'll give us that point in time of 30 days to look in January 7th, then to start thinking, Do we want to
Right.
move forward with the plan B or do we want to back up?
Right. That'll give you 2 weeks into January,
Right.
to determine what you want to do.
Any other comment?
I have one more question. And last week there were some emails going around about purchasing or getting uniforms for our middle school kids. Where are we on that now with pushing this plan back? That takes another month. So we're talking about the possibility at best 4 months in school. Are we thinking we will ask our parents to purchase uniforms for just 4 months?
So the board policy states that if we waive the uniform policy, that would be an individual school. The principal would bring that to the board and the board would individually vote on each school based on policy. So what I would have to do is survey those principals to see if they would like to waive their individual policy. And then if they feel like they want to, we bring those schools to the board and we go from there and then you vote.
What's that policy number that they're referring to?
I don't know the number, but I know it's under uniform. It's under the dress code policy. The section B is uniforms.
Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
that's not on the agenda tonight, so I don't know why we're even discussing that. That needs to be on the agenda come January 7th if this is wanting to be discussed.
It's part of the same discussion from where it's part of the same discussion from where I said it's all tied in together.
That's incorrect.
I disagree.
Any more discussion? I will entertain a motion to accept the superintendent's plan to reopen January 25th.
So moved.
Second,
Motion by Ms. Chavis, second by
Bill Sharp.
Mr. Sharp. Okay, all in favor? Ms. Chavis. Ms. Chavis, how do you vote?
Yes, aye.
Mr. Edwards?
No.
I'm a yes. Mr. Bizzett?
Yes.
Mr. Sharp?
Yes.
Mr. Dunton?
Yeah.
Mr. Jenkins?
Yes.
No.
Mr. Silver? Mr. Silver? Ms. Washington?
No.
Ms. E. Bullock?
No.
Ms. S. Bullock?
No.
Ayes have it. Motion carried.
Hey,
Any other
Mr. Chair.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I guess it's irrelevant though. Never mind, just disregard it. Is that the only thing on the agenda tonight, Mr. Dr. Ellis?
No, sir.
Sir?
No, sir.
Oh, we got something else?
Oh, no.
No.
No, that's the only thing, or no, we don't have anything else?
That was the only thing on my agenda.
Okay.
Any other questions? Now we entertain
Mr. Chair, just real quick, I just want to reiterate why I'm just sharing with you. I think the superintendent and staff did a phenomenal job as far as bringing it to the board, looking at the data and everything else, and bringing their recommendation why they're saying doing what they do. I still would say that we reevaluate this thing second week of January to see how we're looking. And then he'll make another recommendation if it warrants it.
Any other comments? I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So
Bill
moved.
Sharp, second.
Motion by Mr. Bizzett, second by Mr. Sharp,
Sharp,
all in favor,
yep.
say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We are adjourned. I would like to wish all the board members a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Same to you. A Merry Christmas,
too.
everyone.
Bye.
And a
Merry
safe
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas. Thank you.
Merry Christmas, guys. It didn't pass though.